Yes, nice one. Okay, and we are back and we are live. Welcome to. I was going to clap. I'm not going to clap and still. Welcome to
I like
episode
a clap.
10. Okay, well, we can do something else like episode 10 of the Counter-Strike Casuals podcast. We made it to number 10. We're here. Nice.
They said we'd never make it.
They said we'd never make it. Now we
Here
are
we are.
10 episodes deep. Is that 10 weeks? I don't know if it's 10 weeks. It's 9 or
Probably
something.
longer. We missed one. You went on holiday selfishly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to have a break. Like the players are going to have a break coming up. Does that mean we're having another break then?
Maybe. We'll see how the scene is.
We can't even do... we can't even do shorts and highlights of normal week podcasts, let alone, we needed probably 2 weeks off to do some actual content.
Yeah, well, maybe when we get a sponsor, we'll start doing more stuff.
Man.
Did Logitech get back to you?
No, they didn't. I didn't email them. You're making out I actually emailed them, imagine. Cool. All right, so Counter-Strike, let's talk.
Dallas.
Dallas. I thought that the picks you and I chose, mine were Cloud9. I think it was Cloud9, G2. There was one more.
Heroic?
It might have been Heroic.
Or FaZe? Did you not have FaZe?
I don't think I did. Either way, this G2 and Liquid. Yeah, Liquid, Cloud9, G2. All of it was pretty abysmal, to be fair. Bad shouts by me, which again, it's just I'm gonna stop trying to predict or offer any sort of opinion on who's gonna do well because it doesn't work at all. So that's good. Your picks, if I remember, were what were yours?
Cloud9.
Yeah, we both had Cloud9.
Heroic.
Okay.
And ENCE.
Was it actually ENCE?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is why you're the analytical.
Did you not remember? I thought you knew that.
Oh, I couldn't. Maybe I did, but okay. Well, GG. Well done. Well done to ENCE.
Yeah.
Well done to you.
Man. I didn't have any money on it, but yeah, I did pick ENCE.
And Heroic got to the semis. It's not too bad a shout. And
Heroic are always a pretty safe shout, aren't they? They're going to do.
Yeah, they're just still missing that final.
They're, what do they call it in horse racing when you bet on them to finish in the top 2 or 3?
Each way.
Yeah, they're a good each way bet. Heroic. They're always there or thereabouts, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they I saw them against G2, and like they looked
demolished them.
Yeah, they looked really good. But G2 had a bad showing, so it's not too much of a shock, I suppose.
Yeah, they absolutely toyed with them though.
Yeah, they did. Everything was clicking for Heroic, if I remember rightly. I can't remember the exact intricacies, but like, just felt like everything they did was going right, and nothing G2 could do was.
Yeah, I think we've spoke a bit about them recently. They're just such a good team, aren't they? They just play so well together. Like I said, I think it was the last episode or the episode before. They don't really have that star player. I know they do. They have Stown, but he's not the top player every week. It's not like a Simple or Navi. All their players can perform. I can't remember who was their top performer on this, but I know it wasn't Stown. Was it Shush?
Maybe. I don't think it. I don't know. Yeah. Still just got that missing piece, haven't they, to get to the final, win it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in CS2 with them. So it was an ENCE Mouse final.
Yeah, mate, Mouse. What are they doing? Beating Heroic, Australis. This is what Counter-Strike's so confusing. Like they literally Mouse got 2-0'd of Heroic in the semi-finals, in the upper semi-finals. In the actual semi-finals, they met each other again, and Heroic lost to Mouse 2-1.
Yeah. Well,
I think it depends on the night, doesn't it? It could be anyone's day or night. Like
it does seem that at the moment, and it at the major as well. A lot of people had Mouse and ENCE to progress through. Do you remember in the pick'ems? A lot of people had them, so there's a reason why I think people are expecting both of these teams to be performing, but they just haven't quite yet. So it was interesting to see him in the final. But then the final was, I mean, you talk about the major final being a bit of a lackluster affair. This was as well. Ents just beat Mouse. It was like, it didn't seem to. I watched it and it didn't seem too much effort for Ents. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a pretty easy.
It was over fairly quick, yeah.
Yeah, it was. What was the results? What was the Ents beaten 16-9 on Mirage, which was Mouse's pick, and then 16-10. So yeah, it wasn't anything too stressful. So fair play to Ents, GG, well done, finally turning up and doing what a lot of people were expecting them to do.
Yeah, well, Ents, you know, for me, they're one of those top teams now. I was going to ask you actually, what would you at the current state with Counter-Strike being all over the place at the minute? It seems. What would your top 5 be?
I think at the moment it's really hard to put a top 5 together.
If you had to, if I twisted your arm,
because there's like recency bias with this stuff, isn't there? Where the recent results.
I am saying like today. I don't want to say like, you know. I think with this kind of question, you've got to look at teams over the last year. But if I'm saying today, you know, if we got all the teams together and they all played a massive tournament or whatever, obviously we can't pick a winner. There's always going to be some mad underdog that does well. But who would your top 5 teams be?
Okay, I will go FaZe and Heroic because Heroic are always up there and again got to a semi-final, and FaZe again got to a semi-final. I know everyone expects them to be in the final and winning it, but they still kind of were up there. So I'd do FaZe and Heroic.
You're not doing it in any order.
No, that's too... Yep. You can't do that.
Yeah, fair.
Vitality because of the major win, and I think if they were here, if they played at Dallas, they would have, you know, gone quite far. So that's 3. I think Ents, but that might be that recency bias coming in just because I just watched them win this and deservedly. So that would be my 4. Who would be 5?
You've got Navi, G2, Cloud9.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Gamer Legion.
I'm not
Apex.
I'm not doing G2
Liquid.
or Navi. Maybe Apex? I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably Apex.
Well, I wouldn't argue with you, to be honest. The only one I would argue with is FaZe. To me, FaZe don't deserve to be in the top 5.
So who would you replace them with?
I would definitely put Navi above them. Ents definitely above them. All the others are clearly above them for me. Vitality, Heroic, Ents, G2 are above them. Navi.
G2?
Yeah.
You're just obsessed with Monacy, man.
No, I think FaZe are one of my favourite teams to watch because they've got loads of star players. And every time I watch them and I see one of them do something crazy, we posted the Rain 4K yesterday on our story on Instagram. And even that was insane. And he's one of their, you know, worst players next to Kerrigan. Kerrigan gets a pass because he's such a good in-game leader. But Rops, Twist, Brokey are all insane. How do they lose so often? It just blows my mind, but they do.
They're just on a bit...
They're in a slump. I do think they will come back. Don't get me wrong. I do think they do have the potential to come back, and they are in a slump at the minute, but they're not a top 5 team at the minute.
Well,
I understand HLTV having them 3rd still, but for me, at this moment in time, no, they don't deserve to be in the top 5. They've been playing poorly.
Okay, I think you're allowed to have your opinion. I'm allowed to have mine. I think it's a hard thing to discuss really in debate at the moment, if I'm being frank, because it's just so up and down.
Yeah, that's also true.
Like, we've got Washington coming up next, and we could end up seeing...
Funny that we both put top 5, though.
Yeah, but like I said, it's a bit of recency bias, isn't it? Because we just watched them...
Well, they are actually 4th.
Oh, is that
HLT.
Is it updated? That's updated, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, G2, they put 5th. Yeah, see, I don't think G2 make that cut, man.
No, but they go over, you know,
Is that just updated whilst we're recording this?
why?
Because I thought when I looked earlier, it was showing G2 as top.
No, Vitality were top since they won the major.
Something just happened on mine. Anyway, right, but it's irrelevant. Or maybe I had like an older window.
So yeah, anyway, Ents are smashing it at the minute. We know that.
Mhm.
You watched the final. What did you think?
Yeah,
It was just
they deserved it. There was no real issues. It was quite. It wasn't
who
that.
was their standout player?
Some Pius, yeah, he played really well.
Was it? I know
Yeah,
he got the MVP. Was
yeah,
he
and
clear
he
favourite?
was clear. Yeah, he preferred it. Nertz is always good, and interesting to watch. But some Pius was easily the best player.
So he got the MVP.
Mm. Another
And
Orpa.
yeah, we kind of had that conversation. Well, we didn't have a long conversation, but I brought it up. The fact that these AWPers seem to do well all the time. And then we were saying like the GOAT conversation always seems to revolve around AWPers. And the best players are usually AWPers. And then I just started firing out questions like, does the AWP need nerfing? Why are the best players always AWPers? Should teams use more than one AWP? Because I think, especially on a CT round, teams should consider, when they've got the money to, use more than one AWP.
Well, yeah. I mean, wasn't the Orp recently nerfed though? To the
Yeah, it was, yeah. They reduced the bullets, didn't they?
what, from 10 to 5, wasn't it? That's definitely the right move. I don't think you can nerf it anymore. In terms of actually the gun and the mechanic of the gun, whether it's ammo, like less powerful, more of it, whatever.
Right.
Sorry.
Price.
Yeah, that was the only thing I would have thought you'd do is put the price up. But then with that, I thought you might end up having like a more save rounds and making it a bit less interesting, where you just have people like holding on for dear life for the AWP and never wanting to challenge or try get any kills if they're saving. So that could be the problem there because it's just too expensive to risk. What else could you do? Could you make like reloading slower or something? So you just got to be really careful of your shots. I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, 100%. They do that with a lot of guns. Yeah.
So maybe
that could be an option.
It's not the quickest to reload anyway, is it? I don't think, but maybe that would, make it a bit more of a difficult option to take on a challenge or a clutch or whatever. And hang on, might need to pause this quickly.
Go on.
Right, sorry about that. The AWP and sorting the AWP out. Back to it.
So I don't think you could nerf it, to be honest. They nerfed it a while back. It definitely has a place in the game. People don't. It's not like people are using two AWPs like I just suggested, but I do think teams should consider it.
Sorry to interrupt. It's interesting you say that. Twists used it as well as Brokey when it was FaZe against Cloud9 in Dallas, and Twist was AWPing apps and Brokey had mid, I think, and Twist was doing apps, and it was short and apps on Mirage, and it was working really well. And I think he spoke about it on Talking Counter. You listened to that, right?
Yeah.
And they suggested that he's always fancied himself as a bit of an AWPer. But obviously they've got Brokey, and obviously he's just too good with a rifle. But he was AWPing, man. He was doing it, and the double AWP worked really well.
Yeah, I think it does. I saw another team do it during Dallas. So teams do use two AWPs, but I think if teams start dominating with two AWPs, or maybe even using like 3 or something ridiculous, if they're just wiping the floor with another team, then maybe it could get another nerf.
Well, no, because then there's no need, because if you have 3 AWPs, the meta is surely loads of utility and just rush them with Mac-10s. Just rush the 3 AWPs and just like, by the time they've even had a chance to...
They could maybe like improve some utility or improve some of the other guns. Yeah, I don't know. There's loads of options. It kind of dwelled on me. Like, I was thinking it the other week, and then it seems to be getting more and more like every single GOAT conversation is an AWPer or primarily
Well,
an AWPer.
look at Device and how well he played just recently at Dallas now as well. He's back to topping all the ratings, all the charts, and another AWPer. It's another AWPer. But I actually think it's in a good place, really, because they're obviously an integral part of a team, but it's not actually used by 2 or 3 players. So I still think the rifle has a strong position in the team. But I think the only way you could do it is upping the price a bit. But I don't mean like making it the cost of a whole different gun. Maybe just like cost of a nade or something, you know, just to make you think sometimes a bit more. Maybe, I don't know. Or is this getting way too in the realms of like Valorant or not Valorant, but like too. Maybe they're like got a bit of a nerf in other ways, so you can have an AWP, but you're not. You can't hold a defuse kit or something, or you can't. I don't know how that works, but like that is your role.
No, I don't think we're at any stage yet of nerfing it on doing any of these things, but it's just food for thought.
Or maybe the riflers should just step up.
Yeah.
just play better.
Yeah. Would you say like the AWPer's usually top frag?
Well, they like you said, the MVPs and the players that spoke about the most, they are AWPers. So usually they're top fragging, aren't they? Maybe not in our quality of game. Do you know the funny thing?
I guess at our level, we don't really play a 5-stack, so we could literally could very easily have 3 AWPers on the team just because everyone fancies themselves as an AWPer.
Well, I don't.
You give it a go now and again.
Yeah, sometimes when I pick it up. We put interesting, and what's funny is I don't know if you remember, but we played. I was talking like it's ages ago on Friday, 3 days ago. We played Face It, and the game, which was a really enjoyable game. I'm about to say the Mirage game, but every game is Mirage. Let's face it.
Let's face it.
I only played Mirage. The one that we enjoyed and we won with the nice team and people were trying and stuff like that. The guy at the end, I think we were 15-9 or something. We're like comfortably winning, and then they started coming back a bit. And the guy on our team just bought an auto shot. Just killed like just couldn't be bothered. He's like, he just bought an auto, got like 3 kills. We won the round. That was it. Game over. That was funny. It's made me laugh because that doesn't happen that often. Like, why in like a pro game, if like that happens, you're winning 15-9 and like a FaZe-esque comeback starts. Why don't they just buy an auto and just go fuck it, win?
I don't know, you know, because I remember there was a stage when teams were doing that.
Really?
Yeah, I remember it. It must have been a couple of years ago. I remember seeing pros, not very often, like now and again they'd get the auto out. Maybe it's just like a gentleman's agreement not to do it. Because I know they do that with like certain one-way smokes and certain bugs and stuff. So maybe it is. We're just so casual fans, we don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. Like people in the scene will know that.
I would like to know that actually. It's interesting.
Get on Reddit.
Yeah. Yeah, but my Reddit posts are like 50-50. They either get well received or just ignored. Alright, well, yeah, the AWP is here and I'd like to. Interesting to see what it feels like in CS2, definitely.
Yeah.
But what else was going on? Do you know what I find interesting about this, by the way, is all the talk about Carrigan again and him being the GOAT and stuff, because they were saying in this tournament that he had another shit personal performance.
No, nobody's ever said Carrigan's the GOAT. Just you.
No, they have. The multiple people have said Carrigan is the GOAT IGL.
IGL, maybe.
Right, so you knew what I was saying. You were just being hater. But he came out and said that they have no safe map, which I found really bizarre. And then he tweeted as well after his performance and was like, I'm shit and all this. So I don't know what's going on with him. I think he's in a bit of a downward. He's on a downer,
what did
man.
He say? What, he
He
was
tweeted to say, "I'm fucking shit" or something. Or, I fucking suck. And yeah, which is
Maybe he's just after a bit of attention.
well, I didn't give it to him.
He wanted some love.
Twist tweeted him and was like, "Head up, yeah, you made some great calls." But yeah, it's what it is.
Become a coach.
Yeah, you times now to hang up the mouse. I've got a question for you, which has been on my mind. What is the first thing you're actually going to do in CS2? Oh, the reason why this has been on my mind, because I definitely feel like with this Dallas thing, we've got, was it this next blast thing in America, Washington, the blast thing. I definitely feel like it's all just a bit. Everyone's ready. Everyone's ready for a break. I think all these teams are ready to just have a bit of a break. Having the player break, I think everyone's ready for. So I'm thinking we're ahead to CS2 now. My mind's kind of on that. I'm probably playing.
You're over CS:GO now.
I'm not over it, but I'm ready for all the break and I'm ready for the hype of the new one, CS2, to come. So what is the first thing you're going to do? You open up CS2. It's got a really average video introducing it. It's like a CT running around going bang, bang, bang. Then you get onto the menu. What are you going to do?
Would I just jump straight onto like a little death match or something, or would I just go on a map on my own and just fuck about? I think I'd spend about a minute just fucking about on a map on my own, and then end up on some gun games, something like that, some death match, and then I'd probably do that for about 5 minutes, and then I'll be like, right, let's have a competitive game. Let's go ranked. If you were on, I know what my answer would be. I'd load up, and you'd be queuing us for a competitive ranked game straight away.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
I've not even sorted my settings out, and I'll be in a competitive game.
No, yeah, definitely. First thing I would do is I'd open up. I'd go on a bot map or just get some like a single player map bot and just open settings straight away. See how they feel. Set everything to low. Is everyone going to set everything to low again? Is that what's going to happen? They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Brand new game. It's all a bit exciting, and we're just going to try. Everyone's going to try and make it look like CS:GO. Just for quicker clicking on heads and FPS.
Folks, just the same.
Yeah. We're going to disable dynamic smokes and it's all just going to go back to CS:GO. No, I doubt they'll have that setting in there. But yeah, definitely that's the first port of call.
I want to try some movement stuff out. That's the main thing that I'm concerned about, because I'm not too concerned about the spray patterns and all that kind of jargon. I'm not.
We'll learn that.
I'm not an absolute hero at the spray pattern.
It's similar,
anyway.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it's similar. So I think the pros, it might affect them more because they know the spray patterns so well. It's just like second nature for them.
Yeah.
And I think people with like thousands and thousands of hours as well will be the same. But no, I'm not that guy, so I don't think that will affect me too much. But the movement might.
The movement might be a whole new kind of thing to master, yeah. Yeah, that, and then I think then it's got to be deathmatch. Just get straight into a deathmatch just to get some.
Yeah, that gets your mechanics going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That gets your muscle memory and everything.
And then that will last about 6 minutes. Then we'll get into a ranked thing. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And realise that everyone else has been playing it for long. We're going to end up getting on at the end after work at like on a Thursday night or whenever stupid they release it.
When are they releasing it?
I don't know. You've got the rumours. You're the one with the dates.
I mean, I literally have no idea, but the only rumour I've heard was the 14th June, which I told you would be amazing because my wife goes away on the 15th, so that would be ideal.
Mate, the 14th June is next Wednesday.
Yeah.
No chance.
Right, so you're saying no based on the fact that it's too soon?
Yeah. Yeah. If they do that, that's mental as well, because I've got a free weekend.
All the pros are moaning about our during the player break, and a lot of them are saying, no, I don't want it during the player break. So do they want it after the player break or before?
I think they want it. Well, some will just want it before. People like the young guys, like Munasy's just gonna want it out, and he's not gonna have he's not gonna have to do anything with his family. I don't think, or anything, is he? So, but anyway, looking forward to it. So, what else have we had going on in the actual CS world then, other than us playing some face it? And I'm struggling.
Well, we had
What
the
happened- what-
ESL, the British, the UK ESL tournament.
And what even is
I've-
that? Is it like the Premier League? It's called the Premiership, isn't it? I don't know what.
Yeah, I think the ESL do different. Or they do tournaments all over, don't they?
Well, I think this the winner of that got a spot in ESL Pro League, which is the big
really?
one. I think that's what it was, and maybe a bit of money.
Okay.
But I think that they won a spot. But I'm not. My knowledge on it all pretty poor. But into the beach, end point.
Yeah,
And the boys quite comprehensively as well. It was best of 5, which
yeah, that could have been long.
could have been.
I think it went 4 maps.
I think it was was it 3-1?
Yes,
That's the extent.
The breach absolutely dominated on Ancient, which is a map they're trying to work into their map pool.
Oh really?
And then, Anubis, I think they're also doing that with Anubis. And they won that 19-16.
Okay.
They got beat on Mirage, which to be honest, they have struggled on Mirage, and I don't know if Endpoint picked that just because they're struggling on it. They lost 16-13, and then they won on Inferno 16-11.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But Cypher played really good.
Again,
I've heard that some teams are after Cypher. He's had some offers. Did you tell me that?
I don't think so. But I wouldn't be surprised if that game of Legion and some of those guys get picked off. I think that's quite common, isn't it? After a good run like that, they just get lifted out and taken.
Yeah, and I think again we said this. They're kind of proving that they're not this fluke team. They've done well. Endpoint are a good team. I don't think they've lost for about. Before this, they hadn't lost for about 5 games or
Really?
5 series, sort of thing. So they're a pretty good team. So yeah, good win for them. Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards. What else we got coming up next then? So the next kind of exciting tournament is this one in Washington. It starts. Bless you. You're sneezing. I can see. It starts in 2 days' time on Wednesday. You back online?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I'm all good.
And who's there? So Vitality, Heroic, FaZe, G2 from the top 5. And then Cloud9, Astralis, Complexity, Imperial. Oh, how exciting.
You done your fantasy team?
No, have you?
Yeah, but I keep doing them too early. Like, I'm too keen. I did this before Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Like, before Dallas even started, I think.
All right, well, I might do one then, but who's going to win it? Who's going to win this then? I might put some money on whoever you say, because you seem to know what you're doing.
Let me have a little gander. I'll have a little look. Maybe you give me yours. You just read them out, so.
Well, I'm just going to go Vitality. Just going to go top team in the world, because fuck it. Heroic will probably get to the semi-finals. FaZe aren't playing that well. G2 just don't fancy him right now, which means they'll probably go and win it. Cloud9 just didn't do much when I thought they would at Dallas, so they just always look angry when they play Cloud9 as well, like proper tilted at the moment. So
They just don't look like they're having fun, do they?
no. I'm just gonna go Vitality. I'm gonna be that guy. Be good to see Astralis put up a nice run as well. Again, just like
Yeah, do you know what? I do have a feeling about Astralis, but don't know why. But I have got a good feeling about them. I feel like this might be a bit too much for them. With it just being 8 teams, there's quite a bit of pressure there. Knowing the way CS is at the minute, you're probably best putting your money on Imperial, aren't you?
Yeah.
Let's face it, it'll be some random underdog that wins. But Vitality are just so good at the minute, and Heroic are pretty consistent.
Well,
I'll have to go for Heroic, but if I could pick two, I'm going to go Heroic and Astralis.
okay. I'm just gonna go Vitality. Let's see, but I will do Fantasy. See if I can make some good decisions there. All right. Roster changes then. Anything exciting happening? I saw that Astralis mentioned that Steyer, I don't know how to pronounce it. The guy that he plays for Sprout.
Sprout, that's it. I was just trying to think who he plays for.
He
So I
plays
remember
Sprout.
they've been after him for a while.
Yeah, I heard this, right? This was maybe,
Yeah.
again, too casual for this, but they're after him like a year or two ago, weren't they? I don't know what happened there. But so what, is this a done deal or what? It's a bit weird.
No, I
this.
think did Twist talk about it? I think he was saying I might be mixing this up with a different trade, but I'm sure he said after the contract basically says after his contract finishes with them, he's going to Astralis. So I think is it 2024?
Yeah. Fucking hell, it's
Which
long.
just seems weird. But I did just see an article, Device, saying that he's the best prospect to come out of Denmark since, well, in the last 5 years, something along those lines.
It seems weird, a weird time, definitely when you've got CS2 coming out and stuff, like to be committing to a change like that, I think personally, but
Well, what do you do? I think when this new game's coming out, you don't just wait and see. You try and get the next simple before the game comes out. So you're getting these young players that show potential because they're the ones that are going to put the hours in. You want someone young and up and coming now, don't you? Really, every team should be looking for new, young, up and coming players that are going to be having, thousands and thousands of CS2 hours.
yeah, maybe, yeah, you make a good point, to be fair, and he's 18 years old, this guy.
Yeah.
So he's younger than even Buzz and Altec, so that starts to look like a...
How old's Buzz? I know
Buzz
Altex
is 20.
19. So there you go. They're just trying to get a young team, it looks like.
Yeah.
And they've got Device, Glaive, and Blame F, like the old wise men, giving them lots of advice, I imagine.
Yeah, it's not actually... Yeah, when you put it like that... Well, so who does he come in for then?
Well, it's 2024, isn't it? So it literally could be anyone.
I think you get rid of Buzz, personally.
Yeah, I guess they're not going to get rid of anyone. I think they're gonna try. They'll probably just like put someone on the sidelines while they try it out and see how everyone performs.
Yeah. Maybe. Anything else we've got that we're looking forward to or excited for?
I just want CS2 to come out, mate. To be honest with you,
This is
a lot
where
of
I'm up
people are
to.
kicking off now, aren't they? People are getting like, what's the word? Antsy. Like, people are getting frustrated. ESL are doing a lot of talking, a lot of videos, and
Trying to build the hype or keep the hype going, I think.
Yeah.
Especially when no one is playing or watching CS2.
So back to what I was talking about on the 14th. So I've heard this rumor about the 14th of June it coming out, but then I've also heard that it's not. It's just an update. So they're doing some update to CS2.
That's what I thought it was more so, which was like an update to the beta or releasing a bigger beta test.
Yeah, it's just Valve. They're so good. I love them, but it's typical of them, isn't it? Like nobody knows. It could be an update, but they literally could just say, "Okay, the game's out now." Like you don't know with them. But I'm guessing they'll do more before they release it. I don't imagine they'll just release it as it is.
Doesn't seem like much of a test to go off for a game of this magnitude or this like hype. Are CS:GO numbers still getting up? Are people still playing actual CS:GO? Because I've definitely noticed a drop in, like.
I think since the major, it
Mm,
went massive. It went crazy. And then I think now it is dropping a little bit. But the weather's getting better. People are going out more. People are going on holiday. The hype is dropping a little bit. So I think they are due something. They need to keep the hype going. But I also think they don't give a shit as well.
yeah, no, I think that's.
It's like, we're making a game. The game's going to come out. The game's going to work. And you're going to love it.
Yep.
That's what I like about Valve. They bring a game out and it just works. They're not bringing a game out asking people to pay for it, extortionate prices, and then it doesn't work. And then they want some sort of subscription thing as well. I know they offer that, but yeah.
Well,
When the game does come out, hopefully it will just work. Obviously, there's going to be the bugs and stuff which they'll fix, but yeah, exciting times.
exciting times, and I think when it comes out, the idea I've said before, which is like we'll do a bit of filming of us or streaming of us playing it like the first day, man. Fuck it, let's just put it out there to the world and they can see.
Oh, and we also have Birmingham. I'm looking forward to that. Will we be playing CS2 in Birmingham?
I think we will. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. And I wonder if the well, it will be. Yeah, it'll be that, and that will be the competition there, I guess. Or
What's fucking hell? Insomnia. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's September,
Insomnia.
so it should be long enough for it to be out by then.
Yeah, definitely.
I reckon we will be. Okay, so we're gonna watch a bit of Washington. Maybe the problem with these American stuff is it's always weird times. Like one of the phase games are like midnight or something, so you just have to watch it the next day or try and watch the highlights, which I always find is harder to engage with.
Yeah, well, welcome to my world as a basketball fan.
Oh yeah, let's not get started on that. I forgot that I need to get into basketball, don't I? That's the problem.
Mate, yeah, it's literally the playoffs right now.
Is it? What is LeBron?
Yeah.
Is LeBron James there?
No.
No, he's such a choker.
He
It's
is.
not even the GOAT, man.
Nico. No, Miami Heat are the underdogs. Similar to Counter-Strike, mate. The underdogs are absolutely smashing it.
Really? Who are they playing?
Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets are the favourites to win it.
Really? Have they been on the come up or something?
They come up.
What are they? I've never heard of the Denver Nuggets being good.
They're a good team, but I don't think anyone they've never been to a finals before as a team.
Yeah.
Like, they've never been to the finals. But they are a good team. They've got one of the best players in the world playing for them.
Who?
We call him the Joker. He's from Serbia.
He's fucking nugget, man.
He's fucking sick. Djokovic. Yeah, he's so good. So, yeah, get into it. Get watching it.
No, I can't take on another sport. Can't then start having a basketball night and all this stuff. My wife would definitely divorce me then. Okay, but that's enough basketball chat. All right, then we'll look forward to Washington. GG Ents at performing and winning your first. I think that's our first major, not major, but like big-ish tournament that they've won. So that's good for them.
They're loving life at the minute. They're earning loads of money as well. Don't know if we mentioned that on the last podcast.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, they're actually an organisation that knows how to be run. I think is more the point there. But yeah. All right. Well, we will look forward to the next one and GG's, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. GG.